The following graphs are all odd functions. Let's see if we can figure out what they have in common. First of all, it appears that the same shape up in quadrant 1 is the same as in quadrant 3. If we think about this rotationally, you could rotate this shape or this graph around the origin 180 degrees and it would line up right on itself. Also, if we were to go right by some x distance and up by some y distance, so let's make this a positive x comma y. If this graph is odd, then we would go left by the same x value and also down by the same y value. So if we were to name this ordered pair, it would be negative x comma negative y. With the graph on the right, the same appears to be true. If we were to take the origin and rotate this 180 degrees, this piece would line up right on this piece, and this piece would line up right on this piece. Also, we note here that the point 1, 1 is on the graph. So if the function is odd, then negative 1 should also be on the graph. Conversely, if we went left 2, down a half, we would go right 2, up a half, and the point should also be another point on the graph. Let's see if this last one follows the same pattern. Here's the origin. It appears as the same shape is on opposite sides of this graph. And if we rotated this 180 degrees, this part would be right here, and this end would be right here. The graph would line up on itself. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So what do they have in common? Well, these are all symmetric about the origin. We can also say if the graph is rotated 180 degrees, it would be the same as the original. Also, we can look at each individual point. If there's a point xy that's on the graph, then also there's a point negative x, negative y is on the graph. And this is what we mean by the word odd. Odd is symmetric about the origin, and then point-wise, if you have an xy, you have a negative x and a negative y that also are on the graph.